I think what he was saying is that your focus is on the audience. Now for you, your focus is literally on the person on the other side of that door, right? For me, my focus is on the audience sitting in front of me. If you're in sales, it's about your prospect. If you're in leadership, it's about your people. If you're a teacher, it's about your students. That's how it works. And yet we screw up so often in building a connection because we make it all about us, don't we?
I'm 67 years old. I've been a doctor, I'm a financial planner. I have an attention span that's about yay big, and I want to tell you that is the best presentation I have ever sat through. I have loved every minute of it, so thank you.
I believe that one of the most underrated skills in business is the ability to tell stories. Storytelling is such an effective skill because people remember stories, people engage with stories, and stories evoke emotion in people, which causes them to take action. That's what influence is. It is about moving people to action. If I tell a story, I want you to feel it, experience it, and therefore be willing to act on it. And if I can do that effectively, that story becomes influential. So here's the foundation for influential storytelling, and this is crucial. You don't retell a story, you relive a story. Because when you relive a story, you automatically invite other people in to relive it with you. Masters of communication take complex ideas and they make them simple. Think for just a minute about some of the great communicators in our history. Abraham Lincoln or Martin Luther King, Winston Churchill, their words, their mastery of persuasion, the stories that they told, their communication quite literally changed the world. You want to establish that connection. George Bernard Shaw said that the biggest problem in communication is the illusion that it actually took place. Think about that for just a second. Because here's the thing, communication doesn't happen when it's said, it happens when it's understood. And stories are one of the best ways to establish that connection. They've actually done studies where they've measured brain activity, and they've shown that when I'm telling a story or when you're telling a story, the person hearing the story is having the same brain activity taking place. There's a literal connection that takes place. So does everyone have their quadrant identified? That's a fun exercise to plot that out and to start to understand your learning style, but there's a specific takeaway from this exercise. There's 4 questions that need to be answered. There's 4 questions that create a persuasive presentation. You see, each quadrant has a specific question in mind that they want to have answered. Quadrant number 1 is asking, why is this important to me? Why does it matter? Why should I pay attention?